it's probably now just a week or two after I filmed my last gardening vlog, but I thought, well, I'm going to get some potatoes in the ground. You don't have to buy seed potatoes from, you know, Mitre 10 or wherever you want to get them from, but if you do use proper seed potatoes, you are less likely to get little spots and unsightly things on your potatoes. However, I haven't bought seed potatoes for years. These are ones that I grew last year from non-seed potatoes. They were fine. I actually keep a few to one side for purposes of planting. See how they got that little spike on there, that little shoot? That's what you want. I'm getting onto this right early. I'm hoping I might be able to do a couple of harvests this year. We'll just see how we go. I've always just done one big one, but I'm wanting to use my veggie patches for other things too, so we're just going to see how we go. So I'm going to plant these about, not sure what the official word is, about that deep-ish. Now, as well as potatoes that you've grown and sprouted, I've got some of these that I bought from Pack and Save a while back, and because I didn't have many of my own that I'd kept to one side to sprout, I was a bit over enthusiastic about eating them last year. Some of these have actually started sprouting, so I'm actually just going to plant some of these. I normally do 5 to a row. I'm actually going to do 6 to a row because I'm just using a third of my veggie patch. I want to get maximum spuddage. Check out what I just dug up. A rather big one that I obviously missed from last season, but it just shows how well they last in the ground. So, look at the awesome shoot on that one. You just want to plant them with that shoot facing upwards. Just like that. Dig them over, and then when you start seeing these come up out of the ground, you do what you actually don't want to do, because I always like seeing them come up out of the ground. You bury them a bit more. So there we go. I planted 20 potatoes, and I acquired, look at all of them. Seriously, how could I miss those? I must have been really slack at digging them up last time. Alright, so these are the lettuces that I've been growing on my windowsills. So I'm going to transplant these. I've been picking leaves as and when, but this one's still looking a little bit on the sort of little and spindly side. Gonna try something a bit different with this. I just found another potato while I was digging. Seriously, these potatoes last so well. I've told Clint, next time I dig potatoes up, well, he's got to dig them up because he is a lot more thorough than I am. Last time I did it and I clearly failed. Oh, you see, look at those roots, they were well ready. I'm just going to try and loosen that up a little bit, not to fall to bits, and I'm only packing the dirt, you know, I'm only packing it nice and loose so the roots can get away easily. Here's a tip someone gave me, and I haven't tried this before, and that's that if you think there is any risk of frost or anything killing any of your plants, make them a mini greenhouse. This is white vinegar. I use that for cleaning. I just used a craft knife, cut the top off it. No one said anything about this, but just about out of instinct, I've pinched a few holes. I just poked a few holes in the side of it so it can breathe a bit. But I'm going to do that with the little one and just see, just as an experiment. And we'll see how that one with its mini greenhouse goes. I'm going to plant some more lettuces, exactly the same as I did with the carrots. I'm going to start them off in little cut in half toilet rolls. I learned something since my last video. Of course, I said that I'd collected the seeds from what I'd planted last season, and I was going to look at replanting them and showing you how to collect the seeds. I did go a bit wrong there, and this is why I'm doing these videos, because I'm getting good advice and I'm able to pass it on. The seeds that I planted last year were hybrid. And if you collect the seeds from hybrid veggies that you grow, there's no real guarantee that you're going to get a good quality of veggies growing from those seeds. If you want to guarantee you're going to get the same type of veggies and a good quality, you need to collect the seeds from heirloom plants. Now, I'd always seen these heirloom seeds and they were a bit more expensive and I didn't really know why, so I just went for the cheapies. I'm learning things. I was tempted to go to the store and buy some hybrid seeds. In future, that's what I'm going to be doing so that I can collect the seeds from them. But it seems silly not to plant the ones that I've already got, doesn't it? It seems like a bit of a waste. Same again, fill these up with some potting mix on my dining table, as you do. Of course, dealing with potting mix, you want to be in a well ventilated area. I've got windows and stuff open. But yeah, wash hands really, really thoroughly afterwards as well. If some of them don't take, then that's fine. I'll just give it another go in a few weeks or something, because that just means I'm staggering them. So I'll have some ready earlier than others, which that's fine, that suits me. And throw them on a sunny windowsill. Okay, so on my last video, you might remember me talking about my bok choy. Now, I'm not actually going to gather the seeds from that like I originally was going to, because it was a hybrid. However, it is all starting to go to seed there. Now, I've been reading up on this. Apparently, the stems and the flowers are actually quite delicious. And unlike lettuce or things like spinach, when it starts bolting, it gets a bit of taste, it's not much good. Apparently this is still fine. Apparently you can pick, so I'm going to grab a big stem with the flowers on. Apparently it is very nice in stir fries or salads and things, so I'm going to go inside and have a wee taste of this. So I've given this a wash. I've brought it inside. Apparently everyone wants to try a flower.
Another.
It reminds me of something. It reminds me a bit of mustard leaves.
Oh yes.
You reckon?
Can I have a leaf? Another flower, please.
They're actually quite pleasant.
I'm covering one too.
I ate some of the stalk.
Broccoli stem.
It is very reminiscent of broccoli stem, actually. That is not, I really like that.
Flowers are good.
Yeah, it's like broccoli stem, but with a very, very slight, mildly peppery undertone. Alright, so there's not much evidence left of it, but it snowed here last night. Seriously, it's meant to be spring anyway. I thought this would be a good test to see how my little greenhouse went. These ones here, these two, these were the ones that were growing on my windowsill. They're not coping so well at the moment. It has been a bit chilly for them. The fancy lettuce, that's actually seems to be a lot more hardy. That's coping a lot well. My little greenhouse. Look at that. That's you know, it's not totally thriving, but well, it's hanging in there better than the ones without their own little personal greenhouse. So there we go. I just thought I'd show you that because that's interesting. Kitchen windowsill update. Remember that that leek that I was propagating? It's got a friend there now. It did have another one, but the other one didn't take. Well, look at what's happened there. So I'm going to go out and look at planting that, and its friend is just starting to grow back again. New World are doing their little garden promotion. I know somebody who shops at New World, so we now have some rocket, a turnip and a cauliflower on the go from that. Now, I planted some lettuce seeds a few weeks back. Nothing's happening there. And I actually tried replanting some more seeds in there and they're just not growing. So it could just be the seed packet. I might just get another packet. It is from last season, so I might get a new packet of lettuce seeds. These are the cucumbers and tomatoes that I planted in my last video. Look at the cucumbers. They're almost ready for planting out, but I'm just holding off for a bit because we are still getting a few frosts. But yeah, my tomatoes all sprouting up nicely, awesome. And just today I have planted some cabbage, I'll just use the seed packet thing there, and some broccoli. These ones are broccoli and these ones are actually cauliflower. Another thing on another windowsill I've got is pumpkin seeds. We had a pumpkin with our dinner the other night. I collected the seeds. A lot of people say just put them straight in the ground. I asked around a bit, and general consensus is they're going to do better if you dry them, and they're best put in the ground Labour weekend. So I'm going to find a spot, Labour weekend, I'll look at throwing them in the ground. Just to finish off for this video, I'm just going to get some seeds in the ground. I'm actually going to plant some radishes and some carrots, all season carrots. Now I've got both red and purple radishes, amethyst and salad crunch. Thing is, not sure exactly what I'm planting because I had a bit of a seed spillage. I had the seed packets open on the dining table and I bumped something and the seeds spilled out. So I know that all the seeds I've got in here are radish, but I don't know which ones are purple and which ones are red. So that's fine, it'll be like a lucky dip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant a couple of rows of each. I actually quite like staggering my carrots and radishes. They seem to grow side by side pretty well. I don't know if there's anything scientific in that, but it's always worked for me. Good thing about radishes is you can eat the leaves and everything. You can eat the leaves sort of like you would lettuce, or you can put them in cooking. Carrots, the top leafy parts of carrots, you can chop them up and use it instead of parsley. So, you know, they're both very, well, for me anyway, they've always been quite versatile, quite easy to grow. So I'm going to plant a couple of rows of them, and then in a couple of weeks time I'll probably plant another couple of rows just so that they're staggering. There we go. So, and as I use those last of the legs as they grow, I'll utilise that space for something other. But hopefully my little amateurish updates will encourage some of you guys to have a go in your garden. Yeah, hit like, leave me a comment, subscribe, and I'll update you on what's going on next month. Bye.